thanks to the support as a channel member, Biff Gimbal. Well, here we go, boys and girls. Welcome to South Africa. I get it. It looks a lot like Japan. I've just added an air conditioner because it's warmer here. And what I've also done is added some kits. So we've actually got the proper kits for new clubs, for new club Stellenbosch. These were sent to me by, hold on a second, let me credit the right person, Robert White. Thank you very much to Robert White for sending those along. He's also sent the 3D ones, so we should have in-match kits in-game. And also thank you very much to Andrew McRobbie, who is our new club chairman, jumping straight in at the top tier of the newly relaunched Patreon. So big thank you to all of you. What a wonderful time to be alive. And if I haven't already said it, welcome to South Africa. We have a little bit of a problem here at Stellenbosch, and it's a financial one. We've got massively overdrawn. The financial projection means it's only going to get worse. We've got all these loan payments that we have to pay, and we're way over our wage budget. So despite having some very good young players, I think we are going to be having to make some sales, which is a shame. Mbambo is our best player. He's the one who's wanted by Napoli and Inter and Bologna. He's just said he wants to leave, believe it or not, and we've had to agree a price with him at 450,000, which barely clears half the debt. But if we get a decent offer for him before the transfer window closes, he's going to be gone. So don't grow too attached to him. We've also had to accept an offer for Tibogo Sikubu, who is the most bizarrely position distributed player I've ever seen. He's a natural attacking midfielder, central midfielder, accomplished left winger, and also natural centre back, which is where we're going to play him today. But we've accepted an offer him. He's probably on his way out as well. And there's a couple of these other boys who have got bags of potential, but we're probably going to have to let go. We've got debts to clear. As far as chances for the season go, the media think we're going to finish mid-table. We've got a couple of players in the Dream 11, and Bambo obviously, and also Kizzy, who is in the Dream 11 as a centre-back. He's only 20 years old, has 2 caps for South Africa already. He's a natural defensive midfielder, and he's 6'4", and you can't teach that. Expect to see him hanging out at a near post near you sometime soon. But yeah, I've been here a week and a half. I've had no time to do any transfers. The only transfers we can do are outgoing ones. So all I've really done is established my tried and tested tactic that we've just won the Champions League with. We've put some job adverts out for new staff, but haven't been able to bring any of those in yet either. And let's find out how good we are. We're playing against Pretoria Callies in our first game here in South Africa. They're a newly promoted team who should be going straight back down again. If we beat them comfortably, we'll be fine. If we do anything other than beat them comfortably, we might have a problem, especially because with the transfer window still open for a few more weeks, this squad is likely to be weaker for the majority of this season than it is right now. So our goalkeeper is Bongi Rebello, 19 years old, 6'4". You can't teach that, etc., etc. I told you we've got some top quality young players here at this club. Left back is Itumeleng Radaby. I should be able to say that. There was a Radaby who played for Leeds many years ago. I'm just seeing if it's his son. I mean, I can see it's a new gen, so it's probably not Lucas Radaby's son. And then at right back we have Lothi. I said I'd come to South Africa so I could say the names. I feel like I've made some mistakes here. These are largely homegrown players. Zikubu we already know about. I mean, we could probably do a homegrown at club challenge with this club. We're not going to. We've got enough of a challenge winning the Champions League with them. But these are almost exclusively players who've come through our own youth team, which does bode well for the future. I'm trying to find a single player who we've actually signed. There you go. He came in at some point, but it looks like he came through the youth team of an affiliate club way back when. Obviously, we already know about Mbambo. And yeah, he came through the youth system as well, as did he. So all but one of our starting 11 are homegrown at club players, apart from that one guy who was homegrown at an affiliate club of ours. We don't do a lot of bringing players in from elsewhere, do we, at this club? Let's have a little look at our transfer history. I mean, there's not a lot of it. It is largely bring players through the youth team and hope they're good enough. So we've got players who've come through the youth team. Now we're going to do the second part of that, the hoping they're good enough. Like I say, we should theoretically win today. There you go. We've got the 3D kits in as well. Lovely old stuff. This is our first look at our in-game stadium. We obviously had a look at the real world version of it in yesterday or Tuesday's episode, and it wasn't as impressive as this one. But I'd like to do, I mean, I like these kits. They're basically Roma kits, aren't they? They're quite nice. And oh goodness me. We might be fleeing to Tunisia sooner rather than later if South Africa doesn't go well. Let's not worry just yet. Obviously, as a newly promoted team, they are going to be absolutely full of momentum and excitement, whereas we are a team in financial turmoil where most of the players know they're effectively on the transfer list and won't be here much longer. So, I mean, we're going to enjoy him while we've got him. Yeah, all right, you show off. Go and enjoy Syria. We might meet up with you again. He's only 19. We could conceivably be in Europe before his career ends. We probably should be in Europe before his career ends. So I feel like we'll loop around and meet up with Mbambo again one day. And we'll remember that moment. He scored our first goal for us on this continent. And it was a very good finish as well. But yeah, if he's still here in tomorrow's episode, I'll be flabbergasted. The best we can hope for is that whichever big Serie A club does bring him in recognises he's probably not ready to start for them straight away and lets us have him on loan for the rest of the season. That's probably the best outcome. Take the 450,000, clear half of our debt, not be able to replace him because we'll still be well over wage budget, and yeah, hope we get him on loan for the rest of the season. There's his second goal of the day from the penalty spot. I mean, he's got the number 9 on his back. Maybe we should be playing him at centre forward. He's a right-footed left winger. He's doing all right out on the left-hand side at the moment, isn't he? Oh, imagine if we could keep him. He's already told me he's not going to sign a new contract. He's going to be leaving. So we have a financial responsibility to the club to actually cash in on him and not just let his contract expire. But imagine a full season of him. He could probably single-handedly win us the league. The problem is he wouldn't stick around to then single-handedly win us the Champions League, so it's not actually any use. This is more like what I was hoping for today now. 3-1 up as we approach half-time. This is certainly closer to what the original plan was, and we were supposed to rattle goals past this lot today. Let's ignore the fact they had a nice energetic start to the match. We're going for them. And who is it? What's his name? McKizzy. He's the 6'4" guy who this should be aimed at. There he is. It was aimed at him. And it's bobbling around in the area. Someone just put your foot through it. It comes back out onto this right-hand side. There's number 4, Jeffrey Dlamini. He's another one who's asking to leave because he wants to go and play for a bigger club. We've got some very talented wingers on both sides. They've got 2 goals each. And, I mean, if we can keep them, we're going to win the league. It might be early to say that because we are playing against the newly promoted team who are favourites for relegation, but I'm going to say it anyway. If we keep those 2, we're going to win the league. I can't remember who our second match is against. It's probably going to be a bigger test than this one. But this is going all right. We've got some fancy wingers, and you know I love a fancy winger. So long may fancy wingers continue. It's also occurred to me as well that we have a little bit of history with South African players. We've got those 2 boys who we took to the Raging Mackerel. We might have to go and check in on how they're doing. I mean, obviously, we can't bring them in at the moment. We have absolutely no budget for signing players, and realistically, probably won't have this season. We're going to have to make do with what we've got this season, which is the way this club works anyway, it seems. But if we have the option to bring some of our boys from earlier in the journey back home to South Africa, I think that's probably something that I can get involved in being a part of. I don't know if they'd be good enough to play for us. I don't know how the quality of the South African league compares against the quality of the Thai league, but they were decent in Thailand, so they might be decent here. Who knows? Right, we are trying to grab a hat trick for one of our flying wingers. In fact, our striker's now trying to get involved. It comes out to Radaby at left back. We are going to slowly but surely learn some of these names. Oh, goodness me. We nearly make it number 5. The two names we know at the moment are Dlamini and Mbambo, and they're both brilliant. We're learning the names of the players who are going to be gone soon. Right, he can come off, and we've brought this guy up from the youth team, so we're probably going to use him at some point. Like I say, we have some decent youth setup here. If you're a Name in the Game channel member, keep an eye out for our first youth intake here. In fact, should we give the kid a go? And if you're not, now might be the time to join up, because we're going to get some good youth players coming through. And your names are likely to be easier to pronounce than some of these. But this is the 16-year-old Bafana Phillips making his debut for the club. He's the one we've plucked out of our youth setup. He's my boy. And there's our new left winger, who's probably going to be taking over on that left-hand side when Mbambo leaves. And I mean, we'll play him out there now. He can just play wherever. Play him there. There you go. And Mbambo can play in the middle, I think. Can he? In fact, Dlamini actually can. So we'll do that. That probably makes more sense. I think I've missed a substitution there. Never mind. We're 4-1 up. It's all going well. We've played very well. Fingers crossed we can carry this excellent start through to our second game, which is likely to be against someone a little bit better than these lot, even after that early scare that we had. Well, we've had to sell the weirdly positioned Sikubu, £100,000 for him. That's going to be upsetting. But we had to. He's gone to Egypt as well. He's transferred to the future. Goodness me! But yeah, that's him gone. We've replaced him in the squad with that's strikers. That's why I can't find him. This guy we've pulled up out of the youth team, Dylan Deluli, who's 17 years old, 5 stars of potential, 6 feet tall. He's coming straight into the first team squad and straight into the first team. So we continue our homegrown lovely stuff. That's made almost, it's not even touched the sides. It's made almost no difference everywhere, but won't be the first out the door, I imagine. Today, we are facing TS Galaxy, who are in Nelspruit. Should we go and find out where that is? It's there. That looks like a football stadium to me. The part of South Africa that it's in is this bit up here. So quite far. I mean, that's quite far from us. We're all the way down here. That's a long, long journey for us. I imagine we've had to stay overnight. I hope there's some nice hotels nearby. That's the stadium. Oh, we could camp if there's no hotels. There's loads of woodland. Lovely, lovely. Oh, and a panel beaters. We could hit so many birds with one star. Oh, there you go. There's some accommodation there. Problem solved. Looks like a nice stadium. If we drop ourselves down, hopefully onto the pitch. Oh, my word. This is like on another level from where we are. I want to manage these ones. Okay. Jealousy. I also like the stripy stands. That's very nice. TS Galaxy themselves are a team that are expected to finish below us in the league. And Mbambo, by the way, now the best player in the league. Gotta love that. Please, can we keep hold of him? Should we check in on who wants him now? Still just the same 3 clubs. Hopefully they're all skint. And as far as team selection goes, it is just the one change. Deluli. Do you pronounce the M? Deluli, I think that might be. He comes into the team. Otherwise, it is the same 11 as the previous match. Let's see how they get on without playing a number 10 in centre back. If anything, you'd think it'd be an improvement. We've got a proper centre back playing there. I do enjoy the fact that pretty much the entire squad are products of our own youth team. I almost don't want to ruin that, but at the same time, I expect we would never be in a position to win the Champions League if we don't bring in a load of Champions League quality players. I don't yet know what a Champions League quality player is in Africa, but we'll figure it out eventually. I mean, we'll learn a lot today. If we can come here and pick up a victory today, then we'll already start to figure out that this squad is actually pretty decent. And also, as much as I don't want to sell Mbambo, it'll be interesting to see if he goes to Inter, for example. Does he go and play for them? Because that's going to make the Champions League much harder to win. If he's European level already, That's a problem. Whereas if he goes there, they stick him in the youth team and then he gets loaned out to Rotherham for 3 years before being released. Then we know, okay, he was the best player in the league here. And it gives us, it's all about important context. We want context. I don't know who that guy was and why he was running away from the ball there, but it would have been nice if he'd have run towards it. Right, it's one of our lovely longish throws, and we're knocking the ball around very nicely on the edge of the area. And we've found, was that an own goal? It is an own goal. Lovely, lovely. There is nobody behind that goal. I mean, to be fair, we did establish just how far away this stadium is. I imagine that's the away end. Nobody's turned up. I want to see what the attendance is. I can't at the moment because the match is still... I mean, there's not very many people here, which is why I want to... Oh, that's a very good goal. There's absolutely nothing we can do about that. That's ridiculous. Can I have a look? I don't want to see the replay. I want to see how many people are here. Less than 4,000. So more people turned up at our tiny little stadium for a first match against relegation fodder than have turned up to this massive stadium fit for the Premier League. I'm very confused. Right, let's reassert our lead. Because this lot have got no fans. They don't deserve to win. We deserve to win. We've got committed fans. Unless the other team who came to play us brought all the fans with them. I mean, looking at the match momentum, we're doing quite well. We should probably be winning. I don't really understand how we've only got 0.09 XG when we've absolutely dominated momentum and possession. We've had a lot of the ball and not really done anything with it, despite our very fancy wingers. Oh, we've hit the post there, though. And that was very nearly our second goal, just as we approach half-time. As it is, I think we're going to have to take off Macania up front, who's picked up a knock. Let's have a look to see what we've got down on the bench to come on and play as a striker. I'm not going to bring Phillips on again. I'm going to give this guy a try. Prince, Ponchain and Ponch. Again, they are all homegrown players. I've never seen anything like it. This is not the club for me. I'm going to ruin them with all the transfers I'm planning on doing. Or to be fair, can't do any now. So there's like 8 players in my development centre who are the ones that it highlights as could be ready for the first team. So we could potentially sell, I guess, 7 or 8 first teamers, bring those lads up. The ones that we're drafting in so far seem fine. I mean, Deluli at centre-back hasn't looked out of place in this game. He's not looked like an absolute liability. So if he's ready as a 2-star current ability player, he was one of, like I say, 7 or 8 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability players we've got in our youth team. And Bambo not turned up at all today. So we're going to take him off. And we've also got Shepo Unlove, who, guess what? He's another one who's come through the youth team. I am loving this. We are basically an academy side. Right, let's win a football match with our academy boys. I thought that was a penalty there. The whole game seemed to slow down for a moment. It wasn't. We are missing chances. We've got an entirely different front three on now as we try and capitalise on all the possession that we've had. These long throws seem to be creating a lot of highlights, although we're not really creating much in the way of chances from them. So I don't know how effective they're being, but they're certainly leading to chances. And there is Unlove on his debut. It's not his debut. It's his first game. He's doing a little dance. It's his debut for me. That counts as his debut. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. They're all one of our own. We need to adjust the song slightly. Selemani. Boo! He's an outsider. We don't have outsiders here. Who let him in? And then I guess for my final change, we'll bring this guy on who, guess what? 18 years old, 3 stars current ability. We've got so many of them knocking around the place. Either the squad is rubbish, so any young player with a pulse is going to look good. But I can't believe that's the case when we've got Mbambo, who's wanted by Inter and Napoli. He's 4.5 stars. That kid, 18 years old, 3 stars. If my staff know anything, we've got an incredibly good young squad of homegrown players here, which sets us up very nicely. And forget anything else, we've won our first 2 games of the season as well. So things are looking quite good at the moment. fingers crossed we can survive to the end of the transfer window without losing too many superstars. I know the board want me to sell and we need to get the wages under control. I'd rather keep them, thank you. Oh God, the transfer window here runs all the way until the end of September. Obviously the European one closes at the end of August, so Mbambo will probably be gone then. But we go all the way through to that Orlando Pirates game with our window still being open. So I guess that's where we'll come back in the next episode. We'll maybe do Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs because I've heard of both of them. And that seems like a reasonable reason to show them in a video. But if you've enjoyed this, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much to these wonderful people, by the way, who have joined up to the newly relaunched Patreon. And thank you very much for watching.